tell me about what your next 12 months looks like for you. What is your single biggest challenge now, running Synergetics? What are the big milestones? You're obviously talking to a lot of the big players. They obviously recognizing that they need this agent-to-agent protocol. But what are the next big things you have to solve?
So first, what we have done is grow from inside out. So when I say that, we are working with the large companies to implement agents at scale. So if you look at just really fast, first couple of years, companies have started to experiment with agents, but they have all been the singular agents, that is agents operating on their own. That's quite trivial actually. Now, a lot of them are gravitating towards multi-agent systems, that is agents collaborating with one another or collaborating with humans. That's more the type of thing that happens in companies daily. Now the next step is a lot of it is education. We have to educate these enterprises to move towards agents communicating across enterprise boundaries. And like I said, the 8004 standard and other industry sort of like infrastructure being in place enables that transition to happen. So that's sort of the evolution that we are part of currently on with customers on the sales side. As far as immediate priorities right now, this quarter we are talking about Q4. We are actively in discussions with a lot of companies because I was a C-level at many companies prior to this, and this is the time where they set up the budgets for the next year. So, and companies set up budgets in two ways. One is like earmarked line item budgets and then discretionary budgets. So we want to get into those earmarked budgets because that will almost guarantee you revenues for next year. And in business, revenues are the lifeblood. So we want to get into those line items. So that's what we are really focused on in the very immediate short term. The second thing that we also planning to launch a token and things like that, when in discussions and moving that along, probably with the eye towards seeing something next year. And that's it's got its own sort of like trajectory there, and then fundraising on the equity side and things like that are going on to help strengthen the company's balance sheet and funding and so on, because stability is important in the sales cycle as well. Apart from that, we are also keeping an eye on a lot of technology changes and our roadmap items. So one of the areas that we are really focused on is building out a marketplace. So marketplace is where the four big constituencies in the agent economy come together. The one is enterprise, creators, community, and consumers. So all of them coalesce in that marketplace, similar to, let's say, a Amazon marketplace. So the enterprises are coming there to either rent agents that are pre-built or to hire community members for testing agents and any AI related tasks. The creators are there creating models, selling data, selling pre-created agents. So there are a number of elements that they can sell, or selling skills. So for example, a consumer might say, I need a skill for my digital twin to be able to book travel. But then you are not a developer, let's say. You just want to buy that skill. Similar to watching a movie on Netflix or buying or renting a movie on Amazon Prime. You can rent a movie. So you rent a skill. So that skill might have been developed by someone who knows the travel industry well, who has built all the APIs into all the major airlines and travel sites and so on. They put the skill out there. You come in and you rent that skill, maybe a couple of bucks a month or whatnot. And then you can now have your agent go book travel and so things like that. So these, the ecosystem comprises of these four entities, and we are actively launching the marketplace. That's going to be almost the center point, the focal point of everyone coming together to transact, and that's the use of the token and things like that come into play.
Okay.
So that's a primary thing that we are focused on. Hopefully, I'd say end of this quarter or early next quarter, we'll launch that.